Well, welcome back. We are going to be tying a very simple. Again, you're noticing a common theme with a lot of the patterns I'm tying is, like anyone else, time is on short supply. And what I'm trying to do is just maximize my time on the water. And due to that, I try to tie simple flies. There's nothing wrong about tying intricate, complicated patterns that are more realistic. I think that's wonderful. I went through that stage of my life, but now I try to minimize the time behind the vise and maximize the time on the water. And we are going to be tying a very quick and easy Grannom Caddis. There's all kinds of really cool and interesting ways of creating that case caddis appearance. And I've experimented with a bunch of materials, but in the last 6 months, I have kind of shortened my selection down to just a few materials. And for the body, we're going to be using a micro UV polar chenille, UV brown. And for this caddis, this is going to imitate the Grannom Peking caddis. And we're going to use chartreuse. We're going to tie this on a jig style hook, size 14. You can do larger, you can do smaller, but we're going to keep this really simple. First thing I'm going to do to add a little bit of weight and then also to minimize the chance of this bead sliding back and forth is just taking a little bit of super glue here, and we're going to add a little bit of lead wire, 15 thousandths. Lay that on the shank. We're going to take 15 thousandths lead wire. We're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7, 6 or 7. Just slide that up. That glue is going to lock it in, give us a nice secure base. Then we're going to tie in our thread. This is an 8/0 thread. Color's not going to matter because when I finish this fly, I'm going to be doing the half hitch or the whip finish directly behind the bead. I'm going to hide the thread. So thread color in this case really does not matter. But again, what I love about this pattern, and I've been playing around with this for a little while, is just how quick and easy this thing is. We're going to take our strand of UV polar chenille, and we're going to tie this in right behind the lead wire. We're just going to make a few wraps down towards the rear, really securing this in nice and tight. Once that's secure, we're going to take our thread and just wrap this up to the forward position right behind the bead. With this polar chenille, whether it's the micro, medium, or the larger, again, one of the best ways to wrap this and get those individual fibers sticking out is to keep tension right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making touching wraps. I just start here at the base, and we're going to start wrapping all the way up towards the forward position. What we can do as well is take a piece of Velcro when we're done and stroke out some of those fibers. But when you look at like a case caddis, it's not smooth. There's dimples. It's made of, sticks and stones. So it's not always just a perfect straight shape. There's always like little indentations. There's little scuff marks. And that's what we're going to imitate here. And I think that's what this micro polar chenille does such a great job. It just looks like basically a case caddis that's been made from a mixture of different size rocks, or a little gravel, if you will, or sand, and sticks. We're going to wrap right up to the black tungsten bead, coming from behind, lock that in. If you're tying this in smaller sizes and the size appears to be a little bit too big, just take your scissors, you can just get a little bit of a haircut. But this is just, when you look at like a case caddis, there's so many ways of building a case caddis, but this right here is about the easiest. Now, to give this fly just that Peking worm look, we're going to use some chartreuse, ice dub, or something very similar. Just a little pinch. We're going to tie that right in. We're going to take any of those fibers here, and we're just going to make about 3 wraps right there. Gives us that little pecan worm look. And then for the whip finish, I've been using a lot of super glue lately. I have found that sometimes my whip finishes get a little weak, if you will. So I'm gonna just take some super glue, kind of spread it over maybe about an inch, inch and a half. I'm gonna go right in here, make a couple wraps, hide that right behind the bead, lock that in, and then maybe just do 1 or 2 half hitches, and then you are done. And remember, you can tie this in a variety of different sizes and so forth, but just try to find ways, if you want to maximize your time on the water, there are really a number of time hacks you can achieve to get your fly looking as realistic as possible, imitating that case caddis, and just giving you a little bit more time on the water. So there you have it. Just a very clean and easy to tie Grannom pecan caddis. So that is it for the day. Again, I wish everyone well, and I'm gonna hopefully get a few more videos coming up here in the next month or two. I've been kind of busy with teaching at Penn State, lessons, guide trips, and some Zoom presentations, but I'm hoping to have a little bit more time here in the coming weeks and months to keep putting some more content out there. So I appreciate everyone's support watching the videos, and again, hoping everyone has a fantastic day and a great start to their 2021 season. Take care.